I'm just going to wait a sec for a couple of people to get on. Just supposed to do that. So I'm going to start this series, Introvert Survival Guide, Life Hacks for Introverts, combating social anxiety and make you more extroverted and participatory. There's a word I just made up. No, it's a real word, isn't it? It's a real word. Okay, so a few of my clients in my niche say that they get overwhelmed when they go out to parties or clubs or whatever. It's too loud. I feel that too. I get a bit overwhelmed. My mum does too. She gets really overwhelmed in public. Like, we went to a restaurant and she had to leave straight away, and I was like, she's overstimulated today. Like, just on that day she'd already had too much, and she's like, I gotta go home, which is the thing, right? And being overstimulated when you're sort of a quiet person, it's a big deal. And like, okay, yeah, suck it up, whatever. But also, no, people have different needs. Extroverts need like a lot of love and attention from others, or the voices start, I don't want to go home because then, I got to stare down the barrel of myself. Meanwhile, I will usually date other introverts who, not only do we stare down the barrel of ourselves, like, we can talk about that shit for hours and hours, talking about ourselves and how we relate and how we don't relate, and the harmony and disharmony in the relationship, just analyzing that shit over and over. And it is fucking agony, and it brings us closer, and it increases intimacy, and it makes the sex better, because we love that shit. Different strokes for different folks. But shout out to my introverts. If you're scared of going to a party because everyone goes, no, stay, just have one more drink, no, and it's like, there's a meme I saw that was like, when you're trying to leave, and it's like an octopus getting its tentacles all over this person who's the introvert trying to leave, and I was like, yeah, that's fucking true. Like, no, stay, I don't want you to go, because now it's come to my attention that you want to leave, so no, you're not allowed to leave, I like you. And you're like, yeah, I know, but I've had enough, I want to go home and be in bed, just want to Netflix and chill. And they're like, no, just one more drink, come on, I'll shout you, I'll pay, they just go, anything to get you to stay, and like, you just don't want to go. I mean, you don't want to go with them, Here's the life hack. Here's the number one life hack if you're an introvert and you want to go home. Here's how to say goodbye to the people at the party. Don't say goodbye. Drive your own car, and then you can always go and have a little 10-minute decompress in your car and go back inside as well. Like, you can't hide in the toilet at a party because it's like very demanded. The toilet area is high demand at a party usually, so you can't hide in there. You can always go hide in your car, and when you had enough, when you cracked it, just fucking leave. If anyone texts you because they noticed you're gone, you just go, yeah, sorry, I had enough, catch you soon. Or you can get in your car and text them and go, look, I'm in the car, I've left, I had enough, see ya. Politely excuse yourself after you left, and they'll go, oh dude, and it's like, nah, too late, I'm in bed now, haha, Don't say goodbye. You might think it's rude, but it's also rude of them to try and make you stay, right? And they don't mean any harm by it, but it feels like an attack. If it feels like an attack that you went home and they don't understand that, that's their stuff. Codependency recovery, their thoughts and feelings are their thoughts and feelings that they are responsible for, and your thoughts and feelings are your responsibility. We have to stare down the barrel of ourselves. And focusing on other people and their feelings is avoiding staring down the barrel of yourself, right? So you got to take your own needs seriously and take care of yourself. You're no good to anyone else if you're exhausted and grumpy and you stayed out longer than you can handle and everyone's like, what's your problem? And you're like, I wanted to go home and I'm waiting for this person to drive me. Get your own lift, get your own ride. Don't rely on other people who enjoy the being out and the energy of attention and having fun, and they need that more than they want to be at home in bed. Don't rely on them, they don't understand. Go home when you need to. Don't say goodbye. Just text goodbye. It's easy. Very easy. Solve the problem. You don't have to go and have a big drawn out argument over whether you're going to go home. It's like, it's your life. You've had enough. You go home. Take care of yourself. You don't need to stress everyone out. Just go home. Do what you got to do. There was a story, because my brother's an introvert too, like me, mum, my brother, we're all introverts. It's probably a genetic component to it. And someone who hadn't met my brother before was like, oh, he didn't even say goodbye. And then his friends went, he doesn't say goodbye, he just disappears, right? And in the group of friends that I was in, we all worked at a restaurant together. Everyone did it. Everyone would do the mystery bail. It was called the mystery bail. They just would bail at different times. And you'd be out with 12 people, and then you look around and you're like, oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? And they just mystery bailed, and it was like, they might have gotten super drunk and had an idea and just pursued that idea, and then, they've gone off to get a kebab and not told anyone. Or they might have just gone, fuck it, and gone home, and you just, accepted it. We didn't, get hung up on it. We were like, oh, what happened to you last night? Not aggressively, it's like, oh, how'd you go? And they go, yeah, I just had enough, I went home. Or oh, I don't know, I was stumbling around, and then I just fucking got lost and went home. And it's just like, yeah, cool. We just accepted. And, you'd look for him. It's not like I wouldn't look for him. You'd text him. And if they didn't text back, you go, nah, he's probably gone home, or I'm sure he's okay. If he's not, we'll go find him, whatever, And we just accepted that people would do what they needed to do, what suited them, That was just what worked. And it does work. Life hack. I'm waffling. Goodbye, all right? I hope that it works, and I hope that you find it easier. Let me know. PM me. See ya.